And we
Ayan,
are
we are
live.
live. Ayan, we are live. Hello, hello. Ayan,
Naalala ko yung
magandang
boses
gabi.
ni Iceman dati pag, ano, pag nag-intro sa town hall. Go-to
Oo,
person pag
no?
nag-intro.
Right.
The voice of
The
town hall.
man with the
Ayan,
high
no?
energy.
Mm.
High energy, no? Ayan. Ayan, guys. Welcome, welcome. Good evening. Welcome back to Midweek ng Barkada. Ayan. So, hintayin lang natin a couple of more
Mhm.
minutes for our mga kabarks. Ayan, para mga kabarks natin makasama. Ayan, hintayin lang natin.
Right, right.
So,
So,
kamusta?
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 Cheers, man. It's been a while. Cheers.
yes,
The
yes, it's
last
been a
time we
long
saw each other, nasa FDO pa tayo pareho, I believe.
right, right, right. And you left
And
us.
then,
You left us. So you moved to
You left
collections.
us?
didn't you leave first? Ako ba na unang umalis? I thought it was you.
Ah, so
It
ako ba?
was you, man.
Ako ba yung
Uh,
naiwan? Hindi pala ako yung iniwan. No?
Hindi kayo iniwan. Ikaw yung nang iwan lagi.
Ako yung naiwan.
Oo,
Sorry naman, sorry
Pa-victim
ayun.
naman.
ka lang, pa-victim ka lang. Cheers.
Ma-victim.
Pa-victim. Ayan, ayan. Hintayin lang natin. A couple more minutes.
Right.
Kabarks.
So and while waiting, so again, so this is our 11th episode. Kabarks na Iceman,
Woohoo!
and we have
11th
our
episode.
very
Yeah.
special guest. So ang special guest natin for tonight, as you can see, mga Kabarks, ayan, kaapelido niya yung guest natin last week. So bakit kaya?
Pinsan ko yan.
Malalaman natin yan
Pinsan ka.
later. Pinsan mo.
Pinsan.
Napakagandang pinsan
As
at
in. As in.
napaka-poging pinsan din. So yan. Wait, let's just do invite more people and wait for people to
Mhm.
join us.
As in.
So yun.
Kasintahan.
Kasintahan. Yun na pala ibig sabihin ngayon nun.
Kasin. Kasin.
All right. And while waiting, so yung mga early early
Uy!
audiences. So
Early
ayan.
birds.
Mhm.
Oo. Hi, Miss Jaja Otis. Ayan, mga kabarks. Hello, hello. Kung natatandaan nyo, mga kabarks, si Miss Jaja ay nag-guest sa atin. Back on that
Twice.
episode when twice. Oh, yung
Mhm.
pinaka-memorable sa akin was the well, parehas naman, the mental health, the importance of mental health, and the sale, the shopping
Right, right.
online, the online shopping. Ayan, ang laking tulong ni Miss Cha. She's really been a part of the history of Midweek ng Barkada just for guesting. Salamat, salamat for
Right.
watching.
Thank you. So all right. So okay, I guess we can start. Kabarks na Iceman. So wag na nating
Alright,
patagalin
sige.
pa and wag na nating pahintayin pa ang ating very important guest because we both know that his time is very precious and
Precious. Oh
I
yeah.
think he also needs to go to work right after our
Diba?
topic
Oo.
or our podcast
Tama,
or
tama.
live streaming for tonight. So
Tumpak ka
ayan.
dyan, Kabarks.
Thank
Cheers man.
you.
Simulan na natin, mga Kabarks. Good morning, good day, good life. Ayan. Welcome back to our midweek ng Barkada where we talk about life hacks, tipid tips, or anything under the sun as long as rated PG. Yan, mga Kabarks. Ayan. Welcome, welcome. So, Kabarks at Cheers man. Welcome. Ayan. So, excited na ako pakilala ang ating special guest for today. Ano nga ba ang topic natin today, Kabarks at Cheers man?
All right. So, ang topic natin for tonight, Kabarks na Iceman, is kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, it's a continuation of our topic from last week, di ba? So, last week, special guest natin ang isang magandang cousin, tahan ng ating guest today. So, we talked about new generation heroes. So, di ba, we're
Right.
6 months, almost 7 months in this pandemic. And last week, so we wanted to honor and say our gratitude and thanks dun sa mga medical frontliners natin. So, ayan.
Right.
So, kaya because of that nga, so we wanted to thank or we had Miss M. Guevara na isang nurse sa isang hospital sa Binyan who was our guest and she reminded us kung ano ba yung mga experiences nila as medical frontliners, how they did not give up on their call and their duty to serve the Filipinos in times of needs, 'di ba? And kung ano ba yung current situation nila, yung moral nila and all that. So, tonight, so this is just going to be a continuation. So we're still going to talk
Mhm.
about new generation heroes because hindi lang ang mga medical frontliners natin ang kinoconsider natin as heroes right now. So marami pang iba.
Yeah.
And of course, our special guest tonight is considered one of the new generation heroes. So kaya, mga kabarks, so thank you for joining us. So we're still early in our live streaming, so you can still invite people to watch. So please like and share this live streaming or do a watch party also so that we all can join in this conversation. So yan. So welcome to episode 11 of Midweek ng Barkada, and this is our part 2 of our talk on new generation heroes. Ayan.
Exactly. Tama ka dyan, Kabarkz Fishman. So, simulan natin. Arat na! Okay. So, pakilala natin ang ating special guest for tonight. Ayan. Nabanggit na nga ni Kabarkz Fishman, siya po ang mabutihing, ano bang tawag doon? Kasing puso or kapuso? Katawag ba? Kapuso. Hindi. Ang asawa
Kabiyak.
po ni
Kabiyak
Mrs.
yun.
Kabiyak.
Yun,
Ayan,
kabiyak.
Kabiyak. Hirapan ako magtagalog. Kabiyak, ayan. Ang asawa po ni Mrs. M. Guevara, si Mr. Daph Guevara. Welcome, Daph, sa aming podcast. And
Good
kung di nyo
evening. Thank
natatanong,
you very
ayan.
much for inviting me.
Thanks, Daph. Ayan. Mga
Thank
kapars, hindi
you.
nyo natatanong. Kung nakita nyo sa aming poster, considered namin siya as a new generation hero because economically, since he's a unit manager in the BPO industry, they're one of the industries na tuloy-tuloy ang pagtulong sa government because
Right.
syempre tuloy-tuloy yung work nila na kapag ano sila na in terms of the tax economically ka nga. Ayan.
Right.
Mhm.
And he's also a super dad. Natatandaan nyo, kung natatandaan nyo mga kinuwento ni Mrs. M. Guevara, yung mga ginagawa ni Sir Daph Guevara, yung paghatid, pagsundo, Diyos ko, iba to si Sir Daph. So, wag na natin patagalin. Simulan na natin. Arat na to, arat na. Game. Ano ang
Right.
ating first question? Ayan.
siguro sa mga curious din, Kabarks Iceman, why don't we ask our special guest, Mr. Daph Guevara, to also introduce himself a little bit. So parang kwento niya sa atin.
Pwede rin.
So what
Oh.
is it exactly that he does? Gano'n na niya katagal ginagawa yung profession niya? And yun,
Oh,
things
yeah.
like that. So syempre hindi na siya single. So sorry ladies, hindi na po single ang ating ang ating special guest. So yan.
Oo.
I'm off the market.
Right, right. Pero baka naman may kapatid kayo, Sir Daph. So yan. Kung pwede pang
Daw
Anyway,
kapatid.
the floor is yours, Mr. Daph Guevara. So why don't you
Okay.
introduce yourself a little bit to our audience? Ayan.
Sure. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you again very much for inviting me. I didn't I didn't know what to expect. You know, but now as I see you guys, I see the setup, everything. Oh, it's an honor. More than how you called me as the special guest, I feel like I'm honored to be invited. And again, thank you very much. What you're doing it sounds like it's just small, but I think it's you doing your part, and it's gonna good. It's really important and valuable in these times of pandemic. So thank you again for this. So there, I'm Daph Guevara. Yes. Na baka masyado lang na set up yung stage too high, but not too special. But yeah, these are all my colleagues in the past. But I suppose I've been in the BPO industry for since 2008. So that's wow, uh, 13 years now.
Tagal na rin. No?
Wow.
Am I right? 12 years
That,
now.
Oo.
Yes.
Ayan.
My history was um, I started humble. I started as an agent.
mm-hmm,
Worked my way up to trainer. Did
mm,
a little bit of training for little over 1 year,
mm-hmm,
and then that's when I became a people manager. So a people
mm,
manager is when you now have a responsibility of a roster of people, which is
right.
about 15 people, which you are accountable to perform or with their performance.
Mm,
You gotta keep them motivated.
mm,
You gotta keep them updated about their
mm.
performance. You
Right.
sometimes would need to step off your comfort zone just to be personal with them and address their external, internal, um,
Ayan.
problems. So again, for the benefit of for the objective of keeping them in shape and
Right,
perform for the company. So that's what I do
Right.
over 10 years now.
right,
Grabe,
right.
grabe. So parang ano to
Yes.
parang people manager sa BPO, parang ano yan mga tatay at nanay ng mga tao, di ba?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
All in
Single
one.
parent.
Single
Single
parent.
parent nga
And
lang, oo.
right, right. And mga kabarks na mga nanonood sa atin, you guys might be wondering, hindi po si DJ Lunyo yung ano natin yung guest
Oy.
natin tonight, di ba?
Luno.
But I think he is even more handsome than DJ Lunyo. And kung nagtataka kayo kung bakit medyo nosebleed na tayo, no? So, dati talaga, kahit magkasama kami sa BPO industry before ni Daph, we would call him like the Amboy because he really speaks good English. Tapos yun,
With
nakaka-nosebleed nga
slang.
talaga siya. So yan, kaya yan, so ganun po talaga siya. So it's not just because of, maybe you can tell us also a little bit about that, Daph, kung bakit nga
Sure.
ba ang galing mong mag-English and you have that American accent. So hindi lang naman siya because na-inquire mo siya sa BPO industry, diba? So tell us
Yes,
more about that para
actually,
hindi magtataka yung mga tao.
yes. Thank
Kasi
you.
medyo
Actually,
nosebleed na din.
I think, yeah, thank you for asking this. Kasi medyo struggle ko to whenever um, whenever I speak and meet people. Kasi it sounds like the first impression always you're mayabang kasi you're trying
Mm,
hard to sound, this. But hindi po kasi ako marunong mag-English kung hindi po slang, hindi po maarte.
mm,
No, walang grammar, walang kapag hindi ganon. So, ibig sabihin, I have to be spontaneous and I have to be natural. And that's how I learned it. So,
right.
mid of my college years, na-petition ako sa States with
Mm-hmm.
my mom. And I suppose that's how I learned this. Actually, naging practice nga siya to get into BPO. I don't think
Right.
if not for that, I don't think I would be able to get into BPO. But so yun po, it's not because of BPO. It's just I have to. This is how I learned. I
Right.
was exposed with people um, um, of American kasi as soon as I got there, I didn't want to do anything else but to work. So I can
Right.
get back to I can I can make money, save money, so I can get back to my cousin M. That was my
Ah,
goal when I got there.
okay.
So I exposed myself to them kahit na medyo hindi. I can remember one story and I want to share this with you guys. So
Okay.
um, first week of my job, so first week na yun, but during the first days to the seventh day, awkward pa kasi nobody would talk to me because I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to talk to them either because hindi
Right.
naman pa ako marunong mag-English. And then on break time, the usual setup when on break time is, the food truck comes in, everybody
Mm-hmm.
gets their food, and they go on sit with whoever they want to sit with. I would always sit by myself. And then one
Right.
time, tapos na yung lunch, one of them, and they're all African American. Yun
Right.
yung klase ng trabaho. That's how, kaya African American yung exposed. And then they called me out and say, "Yo, do you have a square?"
What's a square?
And I was like, yeah. And then I walked, and then I continue walking. I was like, "Yo, do you got a square?" And then one of them tapped the guy and said, "I don't know, siguro sinabi, hindi ka naintindihan." So, oh, okay.
Mm.
"Hey, friend, my friend, do you have a cigarette?" Sorry. "Oh,
Ah,
cigarette. Yes, I have cigarette." So that's the kind of way I'd go through and adjust to um, not only knowing how to speak the language of English, but to speak the slang, the street codes, you know. So early on, I was exposed to that, and I became comfortable, and that's why I now speak this way.
Right. So pagbalik nadala mo na din talaga siya. And so yan.
Nadala ko na.
Yan guys. So yun po yung history so ni Sir Daf, why and how he has this American accent when it comes to speaking English. So yun. So yan, so 13 years in the industry. So thank you so much for sharing, Sir Daf. So
Mhm.
now let's go on to the first question. So yan.
Okay.
So ngayon, so this is our first question. So how is the BPO industry right now? So 'di ba? Pumutok yung
Mhm.
ECQ way back March, 'di ba? So tapos
Mhm.
'yun. So kumusta na ba ang mga kasamahan natin sa BPO industry?
You know, okay. Siguro this is my personal opinion, but
Mhm.
I always see things on their two sides,
Right.
and I want to start with
Mhm.
the good side. The good side of this is that the BPO industry now is becoming more competitive, and
Mm.
the reason why I say that is because they have parang they be, they had they've been given a chance to start um, from it's like a race.
Right, right.
They all been put to the starting line
So
because
parang
of the
they're on equal
pandemic,
footing.
because of the new norm. They
Right.
all started in the first or the starting line. It become competitive because some BPOs would offer work from home.
Mhm.
Some, when they can't, they would invest on keeping the workplace as safe as they can. You know,
Right.
so that's how I see the first side, which is they all started at the first line, and it became a good race again because everyone had started in the starting line. The second though is that um, it 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 became it's a lot harder to motivate people because the people now have more reasons not to go to work. You know, in
Mhm.
fact, the history of my BPO experience now, it only now that I've experienced that we can't do anything if one associate decides not to go to work.
Mhm.
We can simply support and say,
Right.
sure, just stay home, be with your family, and feel safe, and we'll just wait and hope that they'll be back soon, or if not,
Mhm.
uh, later on. So there, that's how it's going on right
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I like the fact that you mentioned that you want to go both the both parts of of what's happening right now, the good and the
now.
bad, ika nga. And I think it's a realization for everyone as well that um, yeah, there's a pandemic, but the companies are doing what they can, ika nga,
Mhm.
to help
Mhm.
out everyone to sustain. Because at the end of the day, I don't think the companies would like also to close out business and
Mm.
make people lose their or have people lose their jobs with the current situation because it's not the humane way, ika nga, diba?
Yes.
So good job then, actually good job sa mga BPO companies right now. Ayan.
Right,
Thank
right.
you, thank you.
So saludo, saludo talaga sa mga BPO companies who continue to keep our country's economy alive, ika nga, 'di ba? So, and of course, it wouldn't be that way kung wala yung mga tao na nasa loob. So, yes, of
Oh
course, in
yes.
everything naman meron namang good side and bad side. So, it's
Bad
just
side.
how you manage both, 'di ba? So, 'yon.
Right.
So,
Yep.
so we all have to do our part. So, the BPO companies are doing their part, so us
Mm-hmm.
also, or the people in the industry, the BPO professionals, would also have to do their part as well, diba? While
Right. Mm-hmm.
balancing and trying to maneuver through this pandemic. So yan. So yun lang din yung ano
Exactly.
eh. Yun kasi din yung nagpa-challenge lalo because we are in this pandemic. So yun.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us that insight. So, ayan. Ito naman yung pangalawang katanungan namin. So, related na din dun sa ano, dun sa kanina. So, yan. So, we talked about this
Yeah.
pandemic. So, ayan. Kabarkz Iceman, would you care to read the question
Yeah.
to Sir Daph? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yung kanina, di ba? It's connected really to what you asked earlier. So now, question naman is, ano naman yung adjustments ng mga BPO professionals during this pandemic? What were the adjustments that they made? Ika nga?
Yes. Wow. Solid yung adjustment. Siguro, okay, sige. This is, uh, and hopefully, the listener can relate or the viewers can relate. Pero
Mm-hmm.
ako, as an example, biggest adjustment to me is how it's the lifestyle, you know.
Mm.
Siguro ngayon, I take a shower more than I take in my whole life. Ngayon, siguro. As soon as I step outside and then before I get back to hugging
Shower.
and kissing my wife and son, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
take a shower. So, dun pa lang, nag-start na. But, sa BPO, kasi, syempre, BPO, sige, i-light lang natin yung conversation. Baka masyado
Yeah,
tayong
yeah.
malalim. But, BPO, malamig yan eh. Malamig sa
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
building eh, di ba? So, you would usually would wear jacket, hoodies, sweaters.
Right, right.
And sometimes, you can wear it again kung sinuot mo yung jacket mo ngayon.
Yeah.
Meron pa ka nag-iiwan, di ba? Now,
Right,
you
right.
can't do that.
right.
Mm.
Dati, you can have a jacket a week, siguro 3 days,
Right.
um,
Tsaka dati
without
naalala ko,
washing it.
hiraman pa minsan 'di ba pag
Yeah.
yung isang kasamahan natin sa work na
Right,
walang
right.
dalang jacket at giniginaw na at nginig na nginig na. So sometimes you would
Yes.
offer. But yeah, tama. So sige, Daph, please
Exactly.
continue. Mhm.
Ngayon, wala. No, you can't share that anymore. Kahit nga sarili mo, you can't share another day with your jacket. You have
Mm,
to put it on the laundry and make sure it gets washed.
Right.
Uh, siguro example yung jacket mo na 3-year-old na dahil sa pandemic na 3 months pa lang. Kupas na siya sa over 3 months versus sa 3 years
dahil
na
ano,
nakakalaba.
dahil ilang beses
So
pa
Tatagal
that's
pa.
nilalaban. Mhm.
correct. So that's the first adjustment. The second, I think, is it's being patient and obedient to the rules and the laws.
Right.
You can't really complain anymore, because it's
Mhm.
not just you. It's for everybody. You choose not to wear your mask. It's not just you. You're not accountable for yourself. You're accountable for everybody that you come across with, or for everybody that around your environment. So you have
Right.
to take some
Right.
patience. Yung face shield na hindi mo alam kung paano i-fold eh. Ang hirap yung kakainis eh. Ano mo yun, hindi mo
Right.
maitabi kung
Uh-huh.
saan mo ilalagay. Ipatong mo sa kotse, mauupuan, papatungan.
Mm.
So, it's just patience, lifestyle. So there, it's just really a new norm.
Right. So and I like also Daphne how you mentioned also about following the rules and the laws. Kasi this was something also that your cousin Mrs. M. Guevara also specifically mentioned during our conversation with her last time. So 'di ba parang ano ba talaga yung kailangan ng mga medical professionals right now? It's just basically the cooperation, 'di ba? So
Cooperation.
following the rules and following the laws, 'di ba? So and nakakatawa yung sinabi mo about taking a shower or taking a bath, no? So, ito, personal question lang to, Daph. Again, just trying to make it
Sure.
light, di ba? So, prior ba nung pandemic, would there be a time or would there be times naman na, sabi mo nga, malamig, di ba? So, baka may times ba na pumapasok ka ng office na hindi ka pa naliligo? Ganyan.
Oh yeah.
Malamig.
Oh,
Uh,
may confession. Okay.
ang ang routine ko, pag bago ako matulog naliligo.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Ah,
pagising ko,
diretso na.
even if I don't, um, if I feel like I don't have to brush my teeth. I won't even
Oh
have to do that.
no.
Bihis lang ako and I go straight to work. Yeah.
G.
Pero that was before.
Okay.
Rock and roll, di ba?
And but
All
now,
right.
yeah,
Thank
yan
you.
yung mga lifestyle na babaguhin.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
think one of the things
So,
then, kung mapapansin natin, one of the things na adjustment, I think not just for BPO people, but also for everyone. Yung sinabi nga ni
mhm.
Daph kanina na ano ba, hindi ka pwede maging reklamador. I
Right,
think
right.
it's not just the patience, but also the attitude and the behavior towards the situation. And I think really focusing on what you can control really helps you a lot during this time. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
Kaya nga ni Daph, you're not only accountable for yourself now if you're not wearing your mask or if you're not being safe. Diba? You're
Mm-hmm.
accountable for everyone to be honest. Kaya nga. So,
Right.
yun lang guys. Diba? Focus lang on what you
So,
can control.
uh-huh. Right.
Yes.
I super like this power couple, no? Kasi parang nagtutugma yung mga sinasabi nila eh. So, 'di ba? So, yan. So about following the rules, not complaining. So, and don't just think about yourself, but you're accountable to a lot of people. You can possibly infect other people if you're not careful and if you don't obey. So,
Exactly.
yan. So, yan. So, next question naman natin, Daph, is eto naman. So, yan. So, you've been in this industry for 13 years. Of course, you've seen changes, diba? So, now that we are in this pandemic,
Hmm.
so how's the morale of the people from the BPO industry?
Well, I won't say it's the lowest, but definitely not good.
Mm,
I think it's also a perfect question kasi I'm part of site-wide events or in
mm,
workplace of choice
right,
Mm-hmm.
group in the company, and that's really our main job is to
right. To check,
motivate people,
right.
still think that they're working in the choice of their work. so
Mm-hmm,
Right.
so I can see ngayon nga actually medyo anxious times kasi we're waiting for I don't know if you guys still remember, but the all associate survey.
right, right, right.
Yan, so
AES.
yun
Tama ba?
yung yun yung pag survey and
Employee
check with
survey.
them and how do they feel about
Right.
the
Right.
company, how do they feel and all that. So we're waiting for the result. We're just not 89% on that. But
Mm,
yeah, it's I guess we can see it from the attendance perspective. Kasi um, ngayon pa lang wala nang leave masyado eh. So you
mm,
can
right,
imagine how hard it is to go on absent kasi definitely wala, unpaid na.
right.
Right.
But, pero ang taas pa rin ng attendance or ang taas pa rin ng absences even when they go unpaid. And, that says a lot about the morale kasi nga ako, for once, I sometimes go to work and feel, I don't want to be here, I just want to be with my family. So,
Mm-hmm,
Right.
I think it's not at the lowest, but it's definitely not good.
okay.
Right. I, yeah, I think it's more of really, ano eh, the moral, yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, di ba? Sabi mo nga, Cheers, di ba? Yung balancing it out, ika nga.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
No one can really force you to go to work with the current situation right now. But also,
mm-hmm,
you have to think about the things that you can control or the things na what's pushing you to go to work. Ika nga sa
Mm,
Tagalog, eh, para kanino ka bumabangon, ika nga. And then, you
mm-hmm,
go back to that deep why, di ba? Your deep
right.
why am I going to work? With the current situation right now, you ask yourself, is this something that I can sacrifice? Is this something that I can afford not to go to work? Ika nga, diba?
Mm-hmm.
So really balancing it out and just really focusing. Again, going back to that, focusing on what you can control. Para kanino ka bumabangon, mga kabarks? Ayan.
Right.
Doon tayo
And
mag-focus. Just be safe.
yeah,
Ika nga ni Mrs. M. Guevara last time.
right.
Ayan.
And speaking of, so na-share mo din Daph, no, that there will be days or there will be times na parang you don't want to go to work, diba? And you just basically want to spend time with your family, with your wife, Mrs. M, and with your son, si Zach, diba? And last week when we talked to Mrs. M also, so she also mentioned that there will be times na ganun nga na parang napapagod na siya. So syempre na nakaka-stress, 'di ba? So tapos mainit yung PPE. Basically, especially for them, 'di ba? So mainit daw yung PPE na suot nila. And then may na-share din siya na hindi nga daw siya umiihi sa entire na 8 to 9 hours na shift niya, 'di ba?
Entire
Because
shift.
of
Yeah.
yung 'di ba? And she mentioned na ikaw daw ang kanyang hero when it comes to like lifting up her morale din. Like parang there will be times na parang naiiyak na lang daw siya during your dinner, ganyan, but you would keep pushing her and you would tell her na okay lang yan. So, lilipas din to. So, just have to continue doing what you're doing, 'di ba? So, ang question ko siguro, so how does Mrs. M naman like parang push you or lift up your morale and your spirit on those times or days na medyo ikaw naman yung nada-down or ikaw naman yung parang ayaw pumasok sa trabaho?
Right.
Um, ako, really effective.
Ano sinasabi niya?
Ano lang naman yung maglambing lang sa akin, I'm good. Yung 1 week of stress, tanggal agad over a simple cuddle. So, but also she's really encouraging too. She constantly reminds me of who I'm doing it for and what I'm doing it for, and
Right.
that's my
Right.
son and her. So, yun lang, I snap out of it and I became good to go again. So, really supportive too. I appreciate
So,
that about her.
So,
Love it.
cuddle lang, and then saying na, oy, para kanino mo ba to ginagawa or para kanino ka bumabangon. And then, si
Yeah.
Mr. Daf Guevara maliligo na ulit at magsusuot na ng superhero suit, gaya ng background natin, at susugod na ulit sa trabaho. Tama ba?
That's right. Yes.
Alright.
Ayan.
So, I guess,
Mga
Siya ang
Mr.
galing
Mrs.
din.
Ako
And
po.
it's
Lang? Go
it's
Dap.
also amazing how she put it. She would say na look how we are. You're such a good provider because my yung anak ko kasi walang siyempre I think lahat ng bata ngayon ganun ang naging habit magbukas ng fridge. So as long as he has something to reach on inside the fridge, that's being a good provider. As long as
Exactly.
we get budget or we got money to pay the bills, I'm being a good provider to my wife. So that's a great way
alright. So,
on how she's putting it.
Nice,
right,
nice.
right. So maganda, no? So I think one thing that us Kabarkz na Iceman could get from the power couple, Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Daf and M. Guevara, is that importante din talaga yung magtulungan, di ba? Yung parang you keep balancing each other, so
Right.
pushing each other up. So yun. So hindi po pwedeng pareho kayong sabay na
Yeah.
down, or pareho kayong sabay na tamarin, or yun.
Yeah.
Pareho kayong sabay na kumbaga parang mawalan ng gana sa ginagawa. So,
Yeah.
yun.
Yeah, yun nga
Yeah.
yung sasabihin ko dapat kanina na isa yan sa mga pwedeng makuha ng mga
Mhm.
kabarks natin na magkarelasyon, magkasama kayo sa bahay, kasama kayo sa apartment, na yun nga, na kailangan kayo yung maging pader ng isa't isa.
Tama. Maging sandigan. Ayan. So, siguro before tayo mag-proceed sa next question natin. So, batiin lang din natin yung mga natin, mga viewers natin. So, ayan. So,
Sige.
watching
Uy,
from Tondo,
ayan.
Manila. Ayan. So, si Miss Luz. And hello, Miss
Hi,
Luz.
Luz.
Thank you. Thank you for
Keep safe din. Keep safe.
right. If you know anyone na mga nasa BPO industry, so yon. So, magpasalamat din tayo sa kanila. And again, this is us also showing our gratitude and thanks to the BPO professionals. Ayan. And si Miss Jaja, sabi niya kanina, she was watching while going home.
Uy, ingat dyan
Yeah.
Ingat.
And then ito, all the way from New Jersey, so pinsan ko, si Kuya Bernie and si Ate Milet. So, Si Ate Millet is
Nice.
also a
Hello.
nurse sa New Jersey. So actually
Uy,
I
nice.
also tried to invite her last week dun sa dun sa episode, I mean part 1 ng New Generation Heroes topic nga natin. Pero well, she is already a US citizen, so nag-migrate na sila ng
Mhm.
pinsan ko sa Pero yun, so still thank you kasi medical frontliner, so yan. So
Thank you po. Thank you.
hindi lang naman sa US yung laban na to, but it's a global pandemic. So lahat ng mga
Yes.
medical professionals pinapasalamatan
Grateful
natin.
kami. Yep.
Yan. Si Kuya Bernie naman is an IT professional as well. So, yan. So,
Very nice.
kung hindi din sa mga
Tsaka
IT
sobrang
folks,
aga pa. Para sa New
Oo.
Jersey, sobrang aga.
right, sa mga
Exactly.
3 a.m., 3:38
Exactly.
a.m. sa kanila. So,
Effort
hello,
to
thank you.
effort. Hello, hello.
Right.
Thank you.
So, ganun tayo mahal ng mga mahal natin sa buhay. Ayan. So, they support us. Okay. So, ready na ba si Daf sa ating next na question? So, yun. So, we
Fire
talked about the
away.
morale of the people, of the BPO professionals. Pero, at this point, siguro, yun nga. What do you think BPO professionals currently need or want? Ayan. Medyo, ano din to. Sa dami-dami ng siguro ng gusto at mga needs ng mga BPO professionals natin, siguro ano yung mga major na
Yeah.
pangangailangan?
Right. Sure. Ako, perfect to kasi this is the things that, I see and I observe firsthand. Um, pa-shoutout muna sa my ever-loving wife,
Go!
beautiful wife, M. Guevara.
Hey,
She's
I
listening. So,
am. Ayan. Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Mrs. M. Thank you for letting your husband join us also. So, yan.
and
The
Ayan.
ever
power couple.
supportive. Okay, so una, I have a couple things. First, transportation. I
Mm,
think that's really what um, is the biggest impact when all this had started and happened. We still have folks who couldn't still get back to work just because wala pa ring permanent or consistent
mm,
transportation or public transportation that goes around to get them. The company, companies do what they can, shuttles. In fact, my company, um, para na siyang may sariling bus line, acquiring
right.
over 25 buses
Wow.
with some few vans or shuttles. So, so they're doing their part. But still, in terms of the government, I think yun yung public transportation natin has
Mm,
not been really or was surprised too, I guess, na hindi na paghandaan
Right.
kasi, they don't know. We don't know, okay na ba yung plastikan mo lang, yung
mm,
jeep, okay na ba yung,
mm,
so it's still not uh, in good, not looking good in terms of public transportation. Second is, because of, the curfew, yan, pag nag-lunch na,
mm,
wala na makainan ang mga tao. Wala na makainan sila agents or sa mga BPO professionals. Because sarado na dahil sa mga curfew, sarado na yung limited na meron, but you can't really dine in anymore.
right.
And even sa office or I don't know about the rest, but sa office, bawal. Wala na ring diner area. Wala
Mga
nang,
Mm,
concessionaires. Wala nang
okay.
concessionaires.
meron, pero I mean,
Mm,
where to dine, tables and
mm,
chairs, wala na yun.
Ah, wala na.
Kasi that's
Okay.
yes, wala na. Kasi that's when you have to take off your face shield and face mask, and that's
right,
when
right,
Right,
the
right.
right.
you expose yourself.
More
That's where the risk
exposed.
is. Kaya wala na yung mga ganun. Food sharing, wala na rin. So,
What about
it
their
sounds
workstations? Can they eat sa work? Can you guys eat sa workstations or hindi rin
yun,
pwede?
yeah. Yun na yung option ngayon. So they
Mm,
can now eat
Okay.
at the workstation. Um, but yeah, so it sounds simple, but those are a couple things that are really impacting us BPO employees. That used to
Right.
be so simple in the past. Now, um, a reality check, boy, sobrang hirap pa lang mag-adjust accordingly.
I know. Samantalang before, ano lang, no? Hindi natin yan naiisip na importante
No,
siya now.
exactly.
We all of a sudden, do we feel it? We realize it na, damn, I can't even eat sa diner.
Exactly.
Right.
Di ba?
Uh,
Oh my God. Eh, yung pala, mga kabarks, yung mga nanonood, yung sinabi ni Mr. Daph Guevara, in terms of lunchtime, wala silang makainan kasi po, panggabi sila. Ayan. So,
yes,
syempre,
so
because of the
yun.
curfew, sarado na yung mga kainan sa labas. So, that's a problem because, again, kami ni Kabarks sa Cheers Man, we used to be part of the BPO industry and we know how important it is to be able to go outside and eat, di ba? So, that's very tough. That's very tough. Totoo yan. So, hopefully may
Siguro,
naikinig.
pack lunch is fine.
Mhm.
Pero, not everybody um, have the time. Siguro itutulog na lang nila, lalo na yung mga, iba na yun lang yung routine. I get home, I sleep for as long as I can, and then wake up with enough time to prepare to go back to work. Doon na yung gutom kakain. So,
Mm,
pero meron na naman pack lunch, works out for them.
Mhm.
But now, yun talaga yung biggest adjustment. Eh. There, even siguro may alternative naman, like riding a bike, pero hindi
mm,
rin, alam mo yun, kung yung working at night, pero hindi rin nakita na that's an option. So how about we keep the 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 street lit, safe,
right. Right.
Exactly.
kasi pag
For
gabi may risk
bikers.
din yan eh. So hindi rin nila,
Yep.
it's also hard to parang suggest people na bakit hindi ka na lang mag-bike kasi there's that
Right.
risk pa rin kasi nga hindi pa rin
Right.
napandaan. So there's siguro yun lang. I mean, what do we need and what do we want? Um, kung ano yung necessity sa umaga, kung kaya i-apply sa gabi, ganun kasi baliktad yung buhay namin eh.
Right.
Right.
All right. So medyo it's a challenge nga talaga, no? But yun. So we'll see also. Maybe yung mga businesses na, because next week mga kabarks, so just to give you a heads up, so we're also going to, our topic will be about small businesses naman. So, and we will be inviting business owners to share to us yung stories naman nila about their business, the status of their current business. So maybe, Daph, who knows, maybe we can also ask, kasi may mga invite tayo na ano, di ba, mga food business owners. So, maybe they can provide. We'll see. We'll see. Diba? So, yeah. But yeah, so we definitely understood yan na
Mhm.
importante talaga yung transportation kasi sometimes I heard na kailangan maglakad ng malayo para lang to
Yeah.
get, yes, you're right na mga companies naman they provide shuttles pero of course they can do so much also, so hindi naman po pwedeng door to door. Imagine if you have 5,000
Mhm.
employees at lahat yun door to door mo, 'di ba? So good luck naman.
That's
So
tough.
sometimes
Yeah.
nga daw yung pick up point ng mga shuttles are still like a little bit far from their houses. So, yun yung mga sinasabi din ng iba. And yun nga, medyo wala ring mga public transportation from directly from their house to that pickup point. So,
Right.
yun.
Hindi, kaya ano rin, 'di ba? Doon mo ma-realize talaga na doon mo appreciate yung mga taga BPO eh.
Right.
How tough it is to get transportation, especially during their shift, lalo na if you're mid shift or end of shift na madaling araw ka talaga
Mm-hmm.
papasok. Ayan.
Mm-hmm.
Bakit ko alam mga kabars? Kasi nga galing kami dyan. Naging part kami ng BPO industry. So I know how it is. So, yun nga eh, with the pandemic, how hard it is to get transportation and the idea of riding a bike, motorcycle, but if it's not very lit in the streets, so yes, there is a cause of concern there kasi there can be accidents that can happen. Ika nga. So
Right.
talagang masasabi natin the BPO peeps that we have in the Philippines, talagang ano natin sila, new generation heroes because of what they do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kaya yun, sisegunduhan ko lang din yung sinabi mo, Kabarks Iceman. So, kasi I think nangyayari pa din to kasi I still see some posts sa Facebook na unfortunately, people who are not part of the industry, medyo may mga pangmamaliit din ng konti, di ba? Na parang, uy, BPO ka lang, di ba? Or parang, madali lang yung trabaho nyo, sasagot lang kayo ng call and that's it, di ba? So, yun po mga kabarks mga viewers natin. So it's not an easy job. So at hindi po to para sa mga walang natapos or yung mga kasi sabi nila trabaho lang yan, bagsakan lang yan ng mga hindi nakapagtapos or something eh. But yun it kailangan to ng brain cells, 'di ba? So minsan kailangan mong
Yeah.
mga mag-research ng mga matindi-tindi to be able to assist a customer's concern. And yun nga, so sana wag na tayong mangmaliit pa ng kapwa, 'di ba? Or ng trabaho ng kapwa. So this is a very decent and a very professional job. And like we've
Yeah.
mentioned kanina, so at this point, even the government would consider the BPO industry as the economic frontliner ng bansa nga natin. So if not for this industry and for these people who works in this particular industry, then hindi natin alam kung ano na yung ekonomiya ng Pilipinas, 'di ba? So, as of na-share natin to sa previous episodes natin that as of July, there are about 27.5 million Filipino adults who are jobless. So, kung wala yung BPO
Mm.
industry, ilan pa kaya yung madadagdag doon?
Exactly.
So, yan.
Right.
So they deserve our kudos because what they're doing is not easy. So yeah,
And respect, of course. The respect.
right,
Kailangan.
right. Okay. And ito, huling ano na natin. So yan, so nabanggit na natin, Daph, no, that BPO professionals nga are part of the so-called economic frontliners of the country. So how do you feel about that? Or ito ba is something na napag-uusapan din, like kayo, mga kapwa people managers, or with you and your people, like yung mga agents mo. So do they realize or do they know that you guys are indeed economic frontliners?
No, I don't think so. Kahit nga ako, actually ngayon ko lang din na-digest yan. Although, I have an idea about the concept behind it, but hindi yan ang pag-uusapan. I think yung us, knowing that we're frontliners only happens when we get stopped by the checkpoint and we ask, kung saan ka pupunta? Frontliner po, BPO. But,
Right.
the purpose of it, I'm saying economic frontliner, astig pala siya,
Mm-hmm.
again, ngayon ko lang siya na-digest. And, it makes sense. I totally agree kasi it's a high-paying job.
Right.
Therefore, it generates revenue or sales for the local economy kasi
Mm-hmm.
dun ka i-suspend namin yun. So yeah, it's astig. Legit yan, economic frontliners.
Right.
Oh, brother. Sobrang ano kayo eh. Kayo yung mga rock stars ng economy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi nga
Yeah.
sa dami ng BPO employees, sa dami ng nabigyan ng trabaho na continuous pa rin, 'di ba? Continuous pa rin yung work, continuous pa rin yung sahod. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something na not just to be proud of, but also to be grateful for as a
Right.
BPO, part of the BPO industry. Ika nga. Not just, again, to be proud, but also be grateful. Mad
Right.
respects. Ayan, mad respect.
Right. 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 So yeah, so yun. So kasi nga, Daph, so yun, marami ng industries ang affected by this pandemic, 'di ba? So yun, so the airline industries, the tourism industries, the food industry, so lahat ang dami ding businesses na nag-close down. And even the OFWs, 'di ba? Mga seafarers natin, so ang dami din ang mga nawalan ng trabaho. And yet, yung BPO industry nandyan pa rin, matatag at tuloy na lumalaban. So, yan.
Right.
So, yan. So, that's something that, yun nga, sabi nga ni Kabarkz Iceman, so it's something that you can also be proud of kasi malaki yung contribution ng BPO professionals sa Philippine economy. And at the same time, it's something to be grateful for. So, yan. So,
Agreed.
maybe when you go to work and you talk to your agent, so you can relay this also to them na parang, uy, economic frontliner pala tayo. So, yan.
Right.
So,
Definitely.
Oo.
mm,
So definitely, sa lahat na nanonood ng mga kabarks natin na part ng BPO industry, kapag kayo napanghihinaan ng loob just because of what's happening, the pandemic, everything, the anxiety na baka mahawa ka or you get it, diba? Or makahawa actually. just go back to that. No, be proud of what you're doing. Go back to your
Mm,
why. Para kanino ka bumabangon, and really be grateful for that because not
mhm,
everyone has work right now, di ba? Ang dami
mhm,
nawalan. Not everyone can do what you guys can do. For the people that saying that it's easy, guys, Kabarks, try nyo mag-apply. Ayan, tingnan natin. Ganun yung scenario.
Challenge! So, ang daming challenges
Challenge.
na, ano, 'di ba? So, challenge accepted niyo mga kabars kung tingnan natin.
No. Ako, the reason why I'm saying that is because we don't give enough respect and props to these
Mm,
people. You know, for the people from the BPO industry because what they do is not easy. It's not
right,
just easy to get in. It's not just easy to stay, diba?
right,
It's also not easy to be healthy, diba?
right.
Because the time
Yeah.
is different. So it's really challenging not just for your body but also for your relationships. Ayan.
Mhm,
So guys, if you have a friend, mga kabarks, if you have a friend, you have a family member, if you know someone, tap them in the back and say thank you because
right,
they're
right,
really helping us economically, and that's the reason why we're doing this right now, this episode. We're talking to Sir Daf Guevara, part of the BPO industry, that we are very thankful for them because what they do may not be the same because every frontliner has a different contribution. Ika nga. Um, it may not be the same as medical frontliners, but they are still frontliners and they are helping our economy. Ayan.
Yeah.
So
Kung
right.
Daf, thank
dati,
So,
you, pare. Thank you.
kung dati
sorry.
when you get your when when you get your payslip tapos tinitingnan niyo yung tax niyo, ano yung samaan ng loob din eh. Ano ba naman, laki ng tax niyo. But if
Right.
now a good way or the good perspective, a good way to look at it is, wow, this is how I'm helping the economy.
Right.
So I
Exactly.
really like that
Exactly.
idea about the economic frontliners. Kasi nga, hey, uh, we're just doing the same thing that we were doing before all this, um, but now we're actually doing our part. We're um, unconsciously and effortlessly helping out in times of pandemic because of
Right.
the tax revenues we're given. So I think
Right.
you are right. I am
Exactly.
Right.
grateful and proud.
Right. And totoo, talagang
Exactly.
ano, so you guys are truly new generation heroes, 'di ba? So, hindi lang sa bansa, hindi lang sa ekonomiya ng bansa, Daf, but even to each of your families, 'di ba? So, as a husband, so sabi mo nga, your wife is really thankful. So, si Mrs. M, yung cousin mo, si Mrs. M, is really happy and proud of you because you are a good provider. So, 'di ba? So, you
Exactly.
are a hero to her, 'di ba? And so yun, so lahat ng mga BPO professions natin, not you guys are not just heroes for the Philippines, economic heroes and economic frontliners, but you guys are heroes to each of your own families, 'di ba? So yan. So si Sir Daf nakakapag-provide siya ng mga food na parating may laman yung ref nila. So siguro next time ano tayo, mag refrigerator raid kung ano ba yung laman na at lagi yung
Referee.
dinudukot ni Zach, 'di ba? And of course, so yun. So you're also a hero to your son, diba? To your son Jack, Jack tuloy, Zach, because yeah, so you're I believe that yung partnership niyo ni Mrs. M is really good. So sabi ko nga ano, power couple. So yun, and I'm sure that siya nga din talaga yung iniisip nyo why you continue doing what you guys are doing, 'di ba? So yun. So hats off
Thank
to
you
you
very
guys and
much.
to you, Sir Daf.
Thank
So
you.
isa kang certified na new generation hero. Ayan.
Ayan.
Ayan. And ano pa bang gusto na tagos ba sa puso, Daf?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's our
And
pleasure.
this what you guys are doing. I think it's amazing. Ako, ang sinasabi ko nga sa agent ko what you have to think about now is what are you in this in
Mm-hmm.
this crisis. Find
Right.
out what you can be part of. Anong purpose nyo, why you still here during these times. Kasi you could be
Mhm.
after this, you can be in it before this, but you're in it, so know your part. And I think it's amazing that you guys put up such, just show like this, and that's you guys knowing what your part is, and that's you doing what you can to help out the community and to help out everybody. So I really appreciate it. I'm so honored and happy that I'm part of this. My wife, thank you for inviting us.
Right. So and we hope that this is not the last. So it's our coming up. We learned a lot from starting from Mrs. M and from you. So yun nga. So parang really about looking at things both ways. So from the positive and the negative. So kay Mrs. M isang malaking magandang reminder nga din yung shinare niya to just obey and follow. So parang lagi kasi dati iniisip ko na ano kayang pwedeng maitulong sa mga medical frontliners, 'di ba? Like mag food, mga ganyan. But basic nga, so parang isang malaking ano yun parang ano tawag doon? Paggising sa akin na parang, oo nga no, so the basic thing that the medical frontliners need is just our cooperation, 'di ba? So,
Exactly.
yung mag-participate at makipag-cooperate lang na wag matigas yung ulo, hindi na yung lumalabas ng wala lang, 'di ba? So, yun. And so yeah, so super thank you to you,
Thanks, brother.
power couple. Yan. And
Thank you,
we hope that this
boys.
is not the last. So hopefully we can still invite you in the future. So iba naman sigurong topic. So probably mga about well, we talked about homeschooling so before.
Pwedeng
So
pwedeng
pwede ding
relationship
ano.
goals. Pwedeng
Ayan, yung mga
relationship
ganon.
goals.
So, how to find your your
Yeah.
cousin,
Oh,
diba?
Si
brother.
So,
Ice man ang magaling dyan. Si Ice man.
Uy,
Play natin yung proposal videos niya. Mabangis yun.
ah, all right.
Masyadong
So,
ginalingan.
nga eh. All right. So any
Ayan.
final message also, Daph, to your fellow BPO professionals?
Yes, Bolt, just hang in there. Um, the, the one thing that I realize now is that we're as important as it ever was in these times of need.
Right.
So, and besides this, beside what we're doing this for our family. We're doing this for the country, and for the Filipino people. So that's something to be proud of, and the hell we care about who don't get it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we're in this, and let's be proud. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
brother. Salamat, salamat. We'll let you
All
go
right.
now. Alam ko papasok ka pa. Thank you, brother.
Right. So
Salamat
Yes.
and
again.
thank you for
Thank you.
spending time with us. And be safe. Be safe. So yun.
Oh, ingat,
So maligo ng maraming
brother.
beses at huwag magpapahiram ng jacket. Ayan.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks,
God bless,
brother.
Yes.
Daph. Thank
God bless,
you.
brother. Ingat, ingat. Ayan.
Alright,
Ayan, mga
kabarks na
kabarks.
ice man. Ang dami na
Yeah,
naman
yeah.
nating natutunan over the past 2 episodes, 'di ba? So,
Yep.
yan. So, thank
Marami pa
you
tayong
again.
Ayan, sino ba yan? Sino ba yung nag-comment? May nag-comment, nakita ko kanina eh. Sino ba yan?
Ayan. Alright, so
Ayan.
mahal na mahal ko talaga yung mga kapamilya ko eh. So ito, pinsa ko to,
Love.
si Ate Chinchin, may Starlet Libranda. So more power to all of you. Keep up your good work and keep safe. So shout out sa aking
Thank you
mga
po.
pamilya at mga kamag-anak, kapuso, kapamilya, lahat-lahat na. So yan. And of course, so shout out as well sa mga kakilala at kamag-anak nating mga medical frontliners. And baka may gusto kang i-shout out din, Kabarks na Iceman. So ako unahin ko na. So yung sister ko, yung sisters ko
Mhm.
actually, so yung isa medtech, yung isa nurse. So si
Mhm.
Ivy, so tonight parang hindi siya nagparamdam. So si
Oo
Ivy
nga eh.
Ibanez Alquisalas, lagi kasi yun nag-hi eh, di
Oo.
ba? Parang good evening bro,
Tsaka si
gumaganon yun.
tsaka si Kabarks na Maki. Ay, hindi ko nakita
Ay, si
tonight.
Kabarks Maki,
Andyan
nag-share
ba?
siya sa watch party. Sabi niya, done sharing daw.
Ay,
Medyo
nice.
busy lang
Nice,
siya. So,
nice.
yan. So, gotta go. But, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So, yan.
Thank you, thank you.
So, yung sisters ko, yun. So, si Ate Milet, and si Kuya Bernie from New Jersey. Pinsan ko, si
Mm.
Avon na nasa US din. So, isa din siyang nurse
Mm.
doon. Ate Irene Suson, so nasa Kuwait naman siya. So ang dami naming mga
Mhm.
medical frontliners sa family, 'di ba? So yan, sino pa ba? So ang dami, so yung mga kabatch ng sister ko, mga best friends niya, yung mga kasamahan nila sa work, yan. So yung
Mhm.
mga nasa Las Piñas General Hospital, so yan. So yun. And of course, yung mga ano natin, mga kasamahan natin sa BPO industry. So
Oh yeah.
more
We
power
have
to
a
you guys.
history.
So yan.
Yes.
Yan, so yan. So
Exactly.
hindi na natin babanggitin yung mga names nila
Marami.
kasi ang dami.
Masyado marami. Dami,
Libo,
maubos
mga
ko.
ano.
Libo,
Oo.
libo. Oo. And then, ako rin, I just wanna shout out, have a shout
Of
out sa
course, to your
mga
ano,
cousins ko,
fiance.
cousins ko. Of
Mhm.
course, my fiance tulog lang, nagpapahinga. Part din ng BPO industry. She's a
Right,
BPO
right.
warrior. She loves her people. She does everything for her people that she can. And also sa mga pinsan ko, that's part of the medical industry. Again, my friends, sabi ko pinsan, pinsan ko si Aimee, pero hindi siya part. Sila Hazel, ayan, si Ate Jamie, ate ko, sister ko, si Maricar. She's in Ocala, Florida. Tita ko,
Mm.
Tita Luz, hi, I miss you. I just read your message. Mag-reply ako mamaya, tita. She used to be a nurse. Now she's retired. Thank
Mm.
you. Very grateful for what you do. Ang dami ko pang pinsan na, na part ng medical, and then, yung mga tito-tita ko, mom ko, of course, brother ko, mga pamangkin ko, and then,
Mhm.
mga kaibigan natin sa Peru, ayan. Patrick Hernandez, brother, thank you for always, for always watching us and supporting us.
Right.
His agency, Stronghold Agency, ayan. Also, dun sa mga kasama natin sa ating company, di ba? Hello, hello. Also part of our group, the Iceberg Solutions Incorporated, mga teammates natin.
Mhm.
And really, again, going back to our topic, na really being, guys, if you are part of the BPO industry, like I said, be proud and grateful for what you have right now.
Mhm.
Um, be proud because you are a hero, really, literally, economically, you are supporting, you're part of the solution, ika nga.
Mhm.
And in terms of being grateful because you have a job, di ba? Whatever challenges that you're experiencing right now, ika nga ni Sir Daf kanina, keep moving forward, keep pushing.
Right.
Because this too shall pass, ika nga.
Mhm.
All you have to do, like I said earlier, is just focus on what you can control and go back to your why. Bakit ako bumabangon? Para kanino ako bumabangon, ika nga.
Mhm.
And imagine if you don't go to work and if something happens and that the company closes down, paano na lang, di ba? So,
Right.
think about that. So, ika nga ni Kabarkz Cheersman kanina, di ba? If the companies are doing their part, we have to do our part as well, di ba?
Mhm.
We're part of the company, let's be part of the solution and just focus on what we can control and stay positive. Ika nga. Just be safe, guys. Yun ang
Right.
importante na if you go out, just be safe. Take precautionary measures, ika nga. So,
Right.
yun lang sa akin, Kabarkz Cheersman. Ayan.
All right. So, and yun, so our so again, itong last two episodes natin, so we are doing this to honor, 'di ba? And send our gratitude to our new generation heroes. And again, the new generation heroes are not just limited to the medical professionals and yung mga ano natin, yung mga nasa BPO industry natin. So, of
Yeah.
course, we want to extend our gratitude and our thanks also to yung mga nasa grocery stores, 'di ba? So, you
Yeah,
guys are
mga cashier,
also yeah,
baggers,
frontliners, yan.
yeah.
So, yan. So,
Mga
if not
kapulisan
because of
natin,
yes, so ang
mm,
ating mga ang ating PNP, military,
militar.
so yan. So was
Mm,
keeping us safe also. So thank you. Kudos to you guys as well. And of course, ang ating mga teachers na nagpapakahirap din ngayon.
oo,
Some
I know.
private schools have already started, 'di ba? So on major adjustment din. So ayan, so you're still doing your calling to teach our next generation, 'di ba? So yan, so thank you
Right.
lalo sa mga ano din, sa mga public school teachers naman na busy-busy na ngayon sa pag-prepare sa pagbubukas ng ano ng school. ng school year by
Mhm.
October 5. So yan. So you guys are also our new generation heroes. So we want to thank you as well, 'di ba? So yan.
Yes. Ay,
So
brother,
yan.
pahabol
Yes,
lang,
Kabarkad.
sorry. Pa-shoutout din sa nurse kong kaibigan si Za, asawa ng kaibigan ko si Jer Berdales na nasa medical field din. Salamat sa ginagawa niyo. Ayan.
Mm-hmm.
Bago
Right,
makalimutan
right.
magtampo. Ayan.
All right. And then of course, cover excitement. So we talked about like halimbawa yan si Mrs. M Guevara and si Mr. Daf Guevara. So they are our new generation heroes. So yung isa sa medical profession, 'di ba, sa medical field, and yung isa naman sa economic field in terms of the BPO industry, 'di ba? And
Mhm.
they're not just heroes in their specific fields but also they're heroes for each other kasi 'di ba they help each other
Right.
out, they uplift each other out. And of course, they're heroes to their own families because yun,
Mhm.
so they make sure that they can provide for their family, especially for their son, si Zach, 'di ba?
Mhm.
So yan. Pero ako Kabarks Iceman, naniniwala ako that all of us, we actually can be heroes as well. So I believe that each
Yes.
of our viewers, they too can be a hero. Pero
Yep.
ayan, Kabarks na Iceman, can you share also with us or can you tell us how each of us can be a hero in our own ways as well? So yan.
Yeah. As simple as really doing your part in terms of just going to work,
Mm-hmm.
um, as well as sharing what you can, diba?
Right.
For the people that's less fortunate ikaw with the situation right now, and also by helping them out in getting a job or
Right.
getting into a business that can sustain them. And like for us, I consider us really a part of the economic contributors, 'di ba? Kasi
Mm-hmm.
for financial advisors as well, 'di ba? We're one of the industries that's not um really impacted na long term eh. We were
Right.
impacted initially, but we were able to adjust. Shout out sa Insurance Commission for helping us out, making
Mm-hmm.
those adjustments, helping us out to do our mission, our purpose at the comfort of our homes. Di namin
Right.
kailangan lumabas. And really helping us out in giving more people opportunity to earn more as well. And during this
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, nga, helping us to be able to recruit them, give them that opportunity kaya to support the family. So, ako, ang masasabi ko lang dyan is really, you can be a hero as long as you focus on what you can control and contribute what you can contribute. Ika nga.
Mm-hmm.
Ayan. Kahit wala kang pera, as simple as helping someone na, hey, if you need a job, I know someone, or I saw it in a podcast, or in terms of helping them out, finding ways to really manage what's happening, or as simple as listening,
Mm-hmm.
di ba? Simple as listening to someone that's encountering anxiety, encountering
Mm-hmm.
challenges because of the situation, di ba? So as simple as giving your time, giving your undivided attention to them and just listening really helps a lot, and you're already a hero to that person.
Mm-hmm. Right. Thank you. Ang daming medyo mabigat nga yun. So it sounds simple. It is simple, and yes, we really can be heroes also in our own little way. So sa mga
Mhm.
circle of influences natin, sa mga nakakasalamuhan natin, and also just by being kind to people, 'di
Mhm.
ba? Like yung halimbawa dun sa mga BPO professionals. So yun, we have to show them respect and give them that honor na they deserve. At wag na tayong mangmaliit ng mga ibang tao, mga kabarks, 'di ba? So,
Not at
because
this
it's not
time.
gonna,
Not at
yeah,
this
it's not
time.
gonna be helpful. And one thing
Yes.
also that I know of how we can be heroes as well, kabarks Iceman is, 'di ba? I'm sure singles or kung may mga pamilya tayo or if we are parents, so kanina nga nabanggit nga 'di ba? So para kanino ka bumabangon. So in one way or another, so people are depending on us. So and some people can be dependent on us financially. So how
Mhm.
can we be heroes to those people as well? I
Mhm.
think one answer to that is by being able to, you know, to really plan. your finances well, and
Mhm.
really invest on your future. That's one way that you can be a hero and leave a legacy for your families. And that's also one it's
Right.
and that's something that life insurance products can do for each and all of us, diba? So yan. So if you guys want to be heroes, and if you guys want to know more how you can do some proper financial planning, or even just do some assessment of your current financial status or situations, so feel free to reach out to us, and we will be more than happy to help you. So we will be more than happy and more than glad to help you be heroes to your own families, be heroes to
Yeah.
your children, be heroes to your loved ones, and leave
Mhm.
that legacy that they will remember you forever. Ayan.
Exactly.
So,
Imagine, di ba? Sasabihin mo sa anak mo, sa family mo na whatever happens to daddy, whatever happens to mommy, I got you. Di ba? Sarap
right.
ng feeling na gano'n, na
Mm-hmm.
masasabi mo yun. And as well as, if you guys don't have a job right now, if you guys are looking for extra income, if you guys are looking for a change of scenery,
Mm-hmm.
feel free to message us. We'd be happy to guide you, help you, and really mentor you in terms of your journey, becoming a financial advisor. We'd be happy to do that for you. I think that's about it, di ba? We covered a lot of grounds today. Ang ganda ng topic natin, talking about
Mm-hmm.
honoring, not just really on the positive side of things, because there's a lot of negativity happening right now, di ba? So, positive lang tayo, guys, ha? Mga kabars, positive
Mm-hmm.
lang tayo. So, kabars, cheers, man. Anything else?
Before we end our live streaming and our podcast for tonight, of course, may mga humabol. So, ayan. So,
Hmm.
si Mr.
Oy!
Andrew Catalo, ayan.
Andrew Catalo. What's up, brother? Ayan, dati kong tao to. Dati kong tao to sa BPO industry. I'm very proud of this guy taking on the
Kudos and
challenge of,
saludo sa inyo, Sir Andrew.
yeah,
So, you
good
are
job,
part of
brother.
the economic frontliner. So, and a
Yeah.
new generation hero. And yan, so yung
Yes.
pinsan ko, na laging
Hmm.
present din. So sabi niya, better late than absent. So, maayong
Right.
gabi or good evening from Toledo City, Cebu. Ayan. So, she's a
Ayan.
teacher and so yan. So, isa din siya sa mga new generation heroes. At sobrang busy nila ngayon ng as husband niya. So, pareho silang public school teacher. So, thank you. Thank you for your service to the country.
Thank
So,
you.
all right. So that's about it. So thank you sa unang-una sa ating guest na si Brother Daf Guevara. So thank you
Mm-hmm.
for being generous with his time and with his stories and sharing his
I
experiences
know.
with us. So yan.
Gumising pa ng maaga yan dahil may pasok. Brother, thank you so much. Promise bawi ako sa inyo ni M. Ayan.
Saludo ako sa inyo ni Mrs. M. Guevara. Alright, so isa na namang siksik, liglig at umaapaw na episode ng Midweek ng Barkada at marami na naman tayong natutunan mga kabarks. So,
Ayan.
thank you for joining us and I hope that you don't stop joining us because
Mhm.
dito sa Midweek ng Barkada, we believe that most winners never bail and most never quit at naniniwala din tayo sa PM. So kaya PM na. So PM stands for Prosperity Management, which we believe is the key to a happy and satisfying life.
Exactly.
Yun.
And do not
And
forget to
yung,
like, follow, share, and subscribe sa aming YouTube channel at sa aming Facebook page. So, again, see you next week at see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Same channel pa rin tayo, guys. So, ayan. Uy, pa-shoutout naman sa Apong Priling. Ayan, hello,
yan,
hello.
part ka dyan.
Ayan.
Ayan. So, yan. Ayan. So,
Ayan. So, again, till
mhm.
next Wednesday, mga kabark. So, dito lang
Kita-kita
sa
kits muli tayo, 6 p.m. every
uh,
Wednesdays. Dito pa rin sa
midweek ng
Midweek ng
Barkada.
Barkada! Yay! Nagkasabay na rin tayo finally.
Thank
Alright,
you, mga
paalams! Hanggang sa muli
kabarks.
mga kabarks.
Paalam.
Bye! God bless! Stay safe everyone!